Good morning, Colfax, and welcome to show number 2 of the spring season. I'm joined by Katie Reynolds, and today our productions department will open eyes with our first PSA of the year.
We shine the Falcon spotlight on one of our many unique students that make this Falcon family awesome.
And Mary takes us around the PBL. Welcome to the show. Every spring across the state of California and nation, juniors are nominated, interviewed, and chosen to represent their school in the Boys and Girls States program. The program began in 1937 and is hosted on university campuses across the country. Participants are broken up into subgroups referred to as cities, and for an entire week they build and operate a government mirroring their respective state. Colfax High School is proud to announce and congratulate Nate Webb and Sarah Downey as this year's Colfax representatives.
That is quite an honor, and it sounds like an amazing experience. Nate and Sarah are both great Colfax students, and we wish them the best. And who knows, maybe one of them might even get elected governor. Today, my co-host Autania dusted off the Falcon spotlight and shined it on another very interesting Falcon.
Colfax High School is a collection of amazing students with all different interests, unique skills, and aspirations. Today, Colfax TV points the camera at unique freshman Giovanni Taylor. Taylor aspires to be a professional skateboarder and perhaps one day to own his own skate shop. The dream is born by the freedom skateboarding provides him.
My favorite part about skating is there's like no coaches or teams, so nobody's telling you what to do, so you just do whatever you want.
The global skateboarding market is estimated to reach $2.5 billion by 2025. X Games has made global superstars of many skateboarding athletes, and yet there are still many stereotypes about skateboarding, one of which is that these athletes are not driven.
What inspires me is like, I could just, every time I do a new trick, it just gets me hyped up to want to learn more tricks and keep doing it, and it just makes me happy.
I admire Gio's creativity and his honesty and his passion for skateboarding.
Giovanni has quite the bag of tricks, but if you labeled him just a skateboarder, you would be missing out on so many other dimensions of this Colfax Falcon.
I like to do graffiti art and like make my own characters, like cool characters. The 90s really inspires my art because it was just kids going out and doing what they wanted to do, how they wanted to do it.
Giovanni admits that school does not come easy for him, but by building good relationships and tapping into the dive-in other parts of his life, he is finding his way.
Gio impacts art classes as a person because he's so much fun. He's a very charismatic young man, he's really funny, he's very well liked by other students. And even when he gets down on himself a little bit, other students are there to pick him up because he's just so joyous and so fun to be around.
And just when you think you've had a feel for this free-spirited artist-athlete, we discover yet another talent in the highly disciplined world of martial arts. Giovanni finds ready connections between the arts, skateboarding, and karate.
The similarities I see is there's no rules, like they're not gonna tell you you have to do this, like out in the streets, like it's just there to help you in life, I guess.
Taylor is no ordinary martial arts student, as he has recently reached one of the most difficult and prize levels of this discipline.
I recently just got my black belt and it was like really hard, probably the hardest thing I ever had to do, and it took like 10 years.
On average, a black belt takes a minimum of 5 years for students that dedicate themselves to little else. Sensei Derek Benetti has mentored Gio on his black belt journey and seen him grow into the person that he is today.
I see, from that shy kid now to a confident young man. That's a huge change. From somebody who is, too shy to even walk on a floor, now accepting responsibility and coming out and helping others and really forging himself through training. That's a significant thing. It's tough to do. It's been a long time. So it's been almost 10 years now. That's quite a bit of time there. And the perseverance it takes to stick through that, the ups and downs, the trials and errors, the frustrations a person has climbing that.
With camera ops editor Michelangelo Taylor and Xander Rowe, I'm Ottavia Miro, reporting for CTV.
It was really fun getting to know Giovanni, and we are going to make a point of getting out the Future Falcon spotlight in future shows. There is no secret that the vaping is an epidemic among teens across the nation, and Lauren Maynard and her production team took on the topic with this PSA.
Since I started vaping, I have really bad mood swings and I can't stop coughing.
I feel nauseous more often.
I get sick all the time.
My chest hurts.
I feel lightheaded and dizzy.
Good? I'm fine.
I could quit if I wanted to, but I don't.
Am I addicted? I feel like I need it all the time.
I want to quit.
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 But how?
So Katie, you got to talk to Lauren about this piece. What were they hoping to achieve?
It's simple, hope. If you want to make a change, there are a lot of resources and people out there that can and want to help. There should be no shame in reaching out for some support. They did not cover it in the PSA, but the Nest of Wellness and Mrs. Lambert are another resource right on our own campus where you can get support, and it's all confidential.
Thank you, Katie. The busiest reporter at CTV has undoubtedly been Mary O'Rourke. The past week saw countless sporting events take place at Colfax, and Mary was likely on hand with her camera to take you around the PVL.
Welcome to Around the PVL. I'm Mary O'Rourke. With 8 sports charging through the winter season, it has been a busy couple weeks for our Falcons. Let's get it started on the hardwood with girls basketball.
Our girls basketball team has been cranking out wins in both the PVL and non-conference games to grow their winning record of 18-4. Ranked 13th in all divisions by the SAC-B, the Lady Falcons traveled to Lake of the Pines and crushed Bear River 52-22, behind senior captain Grace Bliss's 23 points, which gets her that much closer to the school's scoring record of 2,073 points. The Lady Falcons scheduled a tough non-conference game against Division III Pleasant Valley of Chico to stay sharp and had to battle their way to a 57-42 win. They head down to Center High School and take on the Cougars tomorrow night. I'm Bethany Gadway, reporting for CTV.
On the boys' side of the ledger, the PVL is dramatically different, where anybody can get a win on any given night, and there is no runaway number one.
In the highly competitive boys PVL race, where number 1 Marysville is 5-1 and every other team has at least 2 losses, our boys faced a must-win situation against Lyndhurst on January 24th. An outstanding defensive effort combined with timely scoring delivered the win for the Falcons, 46-34. On Tuesday, Foothill came to the Pucci Pavilion and the boys again deployed a strong defense, trailing by only 5 points at the end of the third quarter. Finding enough scoring in the fourth quarter to overcome Foothill proved difficult, and the Falcons fell 42-55. They join the girls at center tomorrow night in hopes of knocking off the Cougars, who fell to Lyndhurst in the first round of league.
The boys face a big week as they go on the road versus Center and are home versus Bear River on Friday. Mother Nature has smiled on both the girls and boys soccer teams with decent weather considering we are in the dead of winter. Both teams have taken advantage of good conditions and are getting their footing in the PVL. Let's check in with the Red Hot girls team.
Our girls soccer team proved their resiliency in the past 2 weeks as they reeled off 4 straight wins in the PVL after dropping their last 2 preseason games. Rookie sensation Shaylin Ackerman and senior captain Sydney Bain have provided scoring punch for the Falcons with 15 goals each, and a red-hot defense featuring Faith Mora, Leah Reese, Kim McCarty, Mariah Vasugi, Marina Gravala, and Frosh Phenom goalkeeper Aaron Bixler, who stepped in for 3 shutouts while senior Cassidy Tracy was bedridden with the flu. Tracy back in goal Thursday night, the Falcons put their perfect PVL record on the line against unbeaten and defending league champs Center, and dropped the hammer on the Cougars, crushing them 7-0, making it 5 straight wins without giving up a goal. The Lady Falcons capped the week with their 6th straight clean sheet, taking down Bear River 4-0. We do not have the score to the pivotal Center rematch game played on Monday, but the Lady Falcons will have a share or be the outright number 1 in the PVL with only 3 games to go.
You can catch the girls' soccer team this Wednesday at Marson Stadium when they play Bear River. The boys' soccer team, after a limited preseason, are consistently getting better and will look to turn the corner in the second round of league. Let's take a look at their season so far.
Boys have prepared for a tough league season, and that's just what they got. Goals are hard to come by, and the Falcons are determined to not give them up. In the first round of league, 3 ties with Bear River, Foothill, and Center highlighted their record, and they only gave up 1 goal in each of those matches. Lyndhurst and Marysville hold the top 2 spots in the PVL, and for good reason. They generate goals. Colfax pushed Marysville in their first meeting and held a 2-2 tie at halftime. Marysville offensive pressure was too much in the second half as they scored 2 more times, but Colfax leaves the match knowing they can compete. Tomorrow night at Marson Stadium, the Falcons will be ready for an exciting game against rival Bear River, where they will be looking to turn ties from the first round of league into wins in the second.
Since our last show, our girls' ski team has been putting in time on the mountain with both practice and races. On January 17th, the girls raced at Alpine with Karina Martel placing first and freshman Miracle Wooten placing 15th. A week later, our Lady Falcons raced at Sugar Bowl, and unfortunately both Karina and Miracle were disqualified. Despite this, they still have enough races under their belts to continue their quest to qualify for states, which will be determined by their next race. Karina Martel is currently ranked number 1 in the league and is a 2-time state champion. Miracle holds the 15th spot and continues to train hard as she makes a bid for the states in the slalom. States start March 1st and continue until March 4th. Good luck to our Lady Falcons. We hope we will be cheering you on until March. Until then, I will see you in the nest.
Thank you, Mary. I'm so excited for the Bear River doubleheader this Friday, and the dodgeball tournament kicks off today at lunch. There's a women's open division playing for the perpetual plaque and the varsity open division play for the perpetual trophy. All the action will take place in the Pucci Pavilion. Teams, please make your way to the gym immediately as games need to start on time.
There are 2 faculty teams in the dodgeball tournament this year, and that is awesome. And well, that's all we have for you today, Colfax. We will be back next week and every week leading up to Olympic Week, where we'll be off the air to capture all the greatest action of one of the best weeks of the year.
Until then, I'm Katie Reynolds.
And I'm Atania Miro. Have a good day, Colfax.